Who else? Well, Chuck Berry, of course.
Chuck, yes.
Chuck was really interesting.
I was going to ask you about him. Is he difficult to work with?
Can be.
Yep. All right. Tell us about the time you worked with him.
Well, I had just seen the movie Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll, which was the documentary that Keith Richard put together. Keith was always bemoaning the fact that Chuck traveled around with no backing band, no road manager, just him and his manager, sometimes his daughter, and pickup band, and it rarely worked.
Right.
So Keith put together an all-star band and tried to pay back to Chuck because Keith's very influenced by Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a chance to play with Chuck at Caesar's Palace at Lake Tahoe in Nevada, a few miles from here.
Uh-huh.
And it was Christmas, it was New Year's 91, 92.
Okay.
So New Year's Eve, my band opened the show.
Okay.
And then we cleared off and Chuck came on, and he had a pickup band, local union guys, and great guys, great musicians, but Chuck was being difficult and he wasn't happy, and he was berating the monitor engineer, and he was berating the front of house engineer. He was yelling at the band.
Oh my gosh.
He walked off stage at about 11:30, but he was supposed to MC the coming of the new year.
Right.
And it's 11:30 and Chuck's gone.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm side stage with the GM of Caesars going, holy cow. And he's not pleased. He's like flipping out.
I bet not. Yes.
Because they have him for the next day too. He's booked for 2 days in a row.
Okay.
January 1st and the 31st. So being the guy, I said, hey, we'll back him. We know this stuff real well.
Right.
And he goes, done. And so they let the other guys go, bless them. And he said to Chuck, 5:00 in the showroom, rehearsal. I don't think he's ever heard that word.
Yeah.
That's like unheard of to Chuck.
Right.
But, so 5:00, we're there, we're all set up. Chuck comes in, he has his daughter. She was really nice. And says, stop playing. I'm going to show you how to play Chuck Berry music.
Really? Okay.
Whatever that was going to mean. And he came in and set up, and I had adjusted his rental amplifiers and had it all set up and sounding good. And the only songs we rehearsed were Bob Wills and Jimmy Reed songs. It's the only songs we played. We didn't play a single Chuck Berry song. So that was the rehearsal with Chuck Berry.
You're going to wing it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what other choice you got?
Yeah. So in the meantime, so then we broke for dinner, Chuck was happy. He was relaxed. We had everything sounding great. And we had a really great band, excellent band.
Right.
And we had Sammy Hager's drummer, Dave Lauser. It was great. And so Chuck always had an issue with tuning live. He would generally chase his tuning until he ended up, God knows where, had a hard time with
Right.
tuning. And he did the night before. It was crazy. So I I took his guitar and cleaned it up and straightened the neck and set it up, new strings, intonated it, stretched out the strings, did all the stuff that if he had had a tech, what the tech would have done,
Right.
stuff you have to do to keep a guitar in tune. And he had a really nice Gibson Chet Atkins. It was nice.
Uh-huh.
So we go to do the show. We're walking on stage, and I hand him the guitar, and I hang it over his head, and I go, "Don't touch the tuning pegs." And he
Yeah.
looked. He went, "What?" And he go, "All right, you know, fair is fair, fair is fair." So then we walk out, and we had the most awesome show ever.
Wow.
It was
Awesome.
the antithesis of the Hail, Hail Rock and Roll show. Pure magic. Chuck was off the charts. And
What an honor that was.
I can't tell you. And we expected a disaster. I mean, we knew the stories.
Oh, sure.
So there was very few pictures taken. I would have recorded it,
Oh, sure.
But
you did get a picture with him though.
We did. On our way up to the dressing room, somebody, God bless him, took some pictures. And
yeah, we're going to show that. That's cool.
Yeah,
I'd have that hanging in my house.
Yeah, Chuck was great. Anyway, it was magic. And in the middle of the show, he unplugs my guitar and plugs his cable into my guitar and my cable into his guitar. So he's running through my amp, and I'm running through his two dual Showmans. And he just had me play the whole rest of the show, half the show.
Wow.
You play. And he just went out and was writing new verses, and the audience is on stage dancing. And
how cool is that?
It was really unique for Chuck. I mean, I'd have gone on the road with that guy in a heartbeat, because, it's Chuck Berry.
What a story that was. That's amazing.
I tell you what, it was a gift. That was a gift.